Hi, I'm Vanessa from SpeakEnglishWithVanessa.com. What did you say? Let's talk about it. Oh, hey, I was just listening to one of my favorite playlists. It always puts me in a good mood because the songs are so catchy. What about you? What's your favorite music? Oh, if I asked you this question, would you freeze and say, and your heart starts beating really fast? Well, don't worry. Today, I'm going to help you speak in English about music. You're going to learn the most common questions, answers, and phrases about music. Plus, at the end of this lesson, you'll have a chance to speak with me and use everything that you've learned in this lesson. And like always, I have created a free PDF worksheet for you to download using all of today's vocabulary, sample sentences, sample conversations, and at the end of the PDF worksheet, you can answer Vanessa's challenge question so that you never forget what you have learned today. You can download that free PDF worksheet with the link in the description. Just click on it, you could print it out, put it under your pillow, sleep on it at night, and dream about English, or while you're listening to some music. All right, let's get started with some of the most common questions and answers that we use when talking about music. Question number 1 is, what you listening to? What you listening to? This is a reduction of the full question, what are you listening to? But oftentimes, you becomes ch with a question. So we can say, what ya listening, we're cutting off that final G, to. What you listening to? You might ask this if someone pulls up in their car and you hear some music. So you could say, hey, I heard you listening to some music in your car. What you listening to? And they'll let you know what they were listening to. If you're listening to some music, but you don't know who sings it, a common question is, who's this? I like this song. Who's this? Of course, who is this could be used in a lot of different contexts, but here when we're talking about music, you're asking, who is the singer? I like this song, I want to listen to it again. Who's this? If you want to get to know someone better, you might ask, what type of music do you like? What type of music do you like? We're going to talk about all of the different genres or types of music a little bit later, but a little sneak preview, you might say, what type of music do you like? Oh, I really just like pop music. Whatever is on the top of the charts these days, that's what I like. What type of music do you like? If you've ever listened to Spotify, you've probably listened to a playlist. This is a group of songs that have something in common. Maybe it's just songs that you like, or it might be songs that have a common theme or similar to a type of singer that you like. So you could ask, did you make this playlist? Did you make this playlist? For my husband, he loves to make playlists himself, so all of the playlists that we listen to in our house are specific to different activities. Maybe they're for the evening, maybe they're for feeling energized. All of these different things can be included in a playlist. Do you like to make playlists? For me, I never listen to the radio, but if you listen to the radio, you could say, what station is this? What station is this? When you turn the dial or change the radio station, this is kind of like channels. We call it a station. So if you like some music and you're listening to it, oh, I like this. What station is this? And maybe you can listen to it on your own. Have you ever seen them live? Who do you think them is here in this situation? Well, if we were talking about a group that you like, and I asked you, have you ever seen them live? This means, have you ever been to their concert? You could say, have you ever been to their concert? But it's more common to say, have you ever seen them live? That means in person, not in a video, but in person. Oh, I saw them live and it was amazing. Have you heard the new song? Have you heard the new Taylor Swift song? It's great. I'm not a huge Taylor Swift fan, but I know she's a popular artist, so let's use her in this question. Have you heard the new Taylor Swift song? I think it's fantastic. Or you could insert any singer or group that you like, and you're talking about their new song that has just been released. Let's imagine that you're talking with someone and you ask, what type of music do you like? And it turns out that they like the same music as you. You could say, oh, I like folk music too. Do you have any recommendations? People love sharing song and group and music recommendations. So this is a great question to ask. Oh, I like that kind of music too. Do you have any recommendations? And I'm sure that they'll give you plenty of ideas. Now let's talk about some common phrases that we use to talk about music, especially music that we like. But first, let's talk about some genres of music. These are different types of music. Take a look at this. You might say, I like pop music, folk music, rock music, country music, alternative music, classical music, jazz music, guitar music. There are so many different types of genres, but these are probably the most common. If I asked you what type of music you like and you have trouble describing what you like, well, maybe this sentence is a good fit for you. You can describe how the music makes you feel. You could say, I like music that's energizing and makes me feel good, like rock music. Cool, you're talking about that feeling inside of you that you get when you're listening to the music. Some common descriptions of music that you could say are, I like music that's soulful. I like music that's got a good beat. I like music that's easy to dance to. I like music that's relaxing. These are all wonderful terms that you can use to talk about music. And what if you hear some music that you love? What can you say? Let me give you a bunch of expressions that you can use. You might say, oh, this is a great song. Turn it up. Turn it up means make it louder. Turn up the volume. I love it. Turn it up. Or you might say, oh, I love this song. This is my jam. This is a little bit older, an older type of expression, but I use this. You're welcome to use this. And it just means I like it. Oh, this is my jam. I love this. Or you could say, I love this song. It's so catchy. It's so catchy. That means that you can't stop thinking about it. Just like this next expression, this song always gets stuck in my head. This could be good or bad. If it's a song you like, well, cool, it's stuck in your head. You're just humming and singing it all day. You're saying a couple lines of it in your head. But if it's a song that you don't want to have stuck in your head, this often happens to me with children's songs, you might say, that song has been stuck in my head all day. I need to do something to get it out. You can also say, I like this song. It's got a great beat. Maybe it makes you feel like you want to dance. It's got some good rhythm. That's what the word beat means. It's got a great beat. I love this song. Maybe if it's got a great beat, you might say, it makes me want to dance. Every time I hear this song, it doesn't matter if I'm in the doctor's office, the grocery store, if I'm listening to music as I'm walking around my neighborhood, it just makes me want to dance. And our final expression for music that you love, you could say, I have it on repeat. I've been listening to that song all day. I've had it on repeat all day. Just a little note about this pronunciation. Usually when we say the word repeat, it's the final part of the word that's emphasized. Can you repeat that, please? Repeat that. But when we use it in this context, I have it on repeat. Both of those words are going to get equal emphasis, and the vowels are the same. Repeat. I've had that song on repeat all day. I love it. Before we go to our sample conversation and your chance to speak with me, I have a little bonus section. What if you play an instrument? Or what if you want to play an instrument? What are some phrases that you could use to talk about that? I'd like to give you 3 phrases that are fun and you can include in your daily conversation. Let's take a look at this one. I play the piano, so I've always looked up to Ray Charles, for example. If you play an instrument and you have an idol or someone who you really think is awesome, you can use this phrase. I play the piano, so I really look up to Ray Charles. I play the guitar, so I really look up to Jimi Hendrix, for example. If you have a dream to play an instrument or you want to play yours better, you might say, I really want to play the flute like Vanessa. I play the flute, not perfectly. This is just a sample sentence, but you could say, I really want to play the flute like Vanessa. Notice in both of these sentences that I'm saying play the plus the instrument. I play the piano. I play the flute. I play the guitar. Let's take a look at the last sentence. I love jazz music, so I would love to play the trumpet like Louis Armstrong, for example. This is another way to incorporate an idol or someone that you really think is a great musician into your desire, your motivation for learning an instrument. I love jazz music, so I would love to play the trumpet like Louis Armstrong. Great, what a good motivation. Okay, it's time to see all of these phrases put together in a conversation. You're gonna take a look at a quick conversation between my husband Dan and I where we talk about music. Listen for the key phrases that you learned today because after this sample conversation, it's gonna be your turn to speak out loud and practice talking about music in English. Let's watch the conversation with Dan and I. Hey Dan, what you listening to?
Oh, hey Vanessa. It's Caro Caro Bonito. They're a great new band I saw live this weekend, and I can't get their songs out of my head. Here, listen.
Oh, it's great. It's so catchy.
I know.
It's got a good beat too. Have you heard the new Fleet Foxes song? It's been stuck in my head all day today.
I have. It's been on repeat all weekend. Have you added any of their songs to a playlist?
Yeah, I can send you a link if you want.
That'd be great. Thanks.
No problem. I'm always happy to share music recommendations. Well, see you around.
Later.
Okay, now it's your turn. I'm going to be asking you a question. Imagine we're having a conversation together, just a chit chat. And I'll ask you a question at the beginning of the conversation, and then I will pause, and it will be your turn to speak out loud. If you need more time, the good news is this is a video. You can pause the video. You can always go back and repeat this section as much as you want because it's a good way to grow your confidence. Okay, are you ready to get started? Let's do it. Hey, I'm making a playlist. Do you have any music recommendations or a favorite song I should add? Oh, that's interesting. What type of music do you like? Oh, very cool. Why do you like that type of music? That's awesome. Well, thanks for the new music recommendations. I can't wait to listen to it, and I'll see you later. Bye. So how did you do with this sample conversation? Remember, you can go back and repeat this as many times as you would like to grow your confidence, use different phrases, find what would be the best fit for you. And don't forget to download the free PDF worksheet for today's English lesson with all of the common questions, the phrases, the expressions, the sample conversations so that you can feel comfortable and confident talking about music in English. There's a link in the description. You can click on that link and download it right now. And now I have a question for you. What kind of music do you like? Let me know in the comments, and if you have any recommendations, I would love a recommendation for some fun music that you like. Thanks so much for learning English with me, and I'll see you again next Friday for a new lesson here on my YouTube channel. Bye!
The next step is to download the free PDF worksheet for this lesson. With this free PDF, you will master today's lesson and never forget what you have learned. You can be a confident English speaker. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for a free English lesson every Friday. Bye!